Right. There has been what I understand off of a blog is there's been a request to gain information of any communication between the governor's staff and this radio station. And I thought to myself, and I thought, well, is it now illegal? Is it wrong? Is it unethical for the governor's staff to communicate with this radio station, this program? Is it because this radio program may agree with her policies and all on the vast majority of times? Is that now wrong for them to have communication with me as they communicate with every other media outlet in the state? It seems kind of preposterous.
Well, it is preposterous. In fact, that's the governor's press office is that's their job, is to communicate with the media, and you're part of the media. And if you like any other citizen can call up and ask for information, whether it's pending legislation or a veto or what's happening with flooding up in some of the villages, whatever information you want from the governor's office, you are entitled to call up Bill McAllister or anybody else up there,
right,
and try to get information, just like any other member of the media is.
It's pretty unbelievable. But anyways, and they also get mad when I talk about them. You know, isn't that interesting, Tom? Is that, and I said this wasn't about me, but anyways, it seems like they got their panties in a knot when I talk about them. I mean, here they are, Tom. They file an ethics complaint. They make it public, which is against at least the spirit of the law, and it would be illegal if they did it on a sitting legislator or a mayor or other elected officials. It's okay, though, unfortunately, to do it with the governor, to release it.
Well, actually, I won't agree that it's okay. It is prohibited under the Alaska Executive Branch Ethics Act as well. However, what is missing for the governor's Ethics Act is any penalty to those who violate the confidentiality.
I see.
Under the Legislative Ethics Act, or for the municipality of Anchorage, for the Assembly and the Mayor's office, if you violate confidentiality as a complainant, the complaint is automatically dismissed.
And of course, that does not happen when those complaints against the governor. Those complaints go forward, right?
Correct.
So Andre McLeod gets to file her complaint, run over to the Channel 2 News or whoever, get to be on air for 10 minutes, get to have the big story. But when they are talked about from a radio program or something, then they're mad. They're pissed. I mean, they're like, my rights have been infringed upon.
Yeah, well, and it's not a one-way street. You know, I don't think the governor has to take these false and specious allegations, you know, without a response. And her office is entitled to respond. I'm entitled to respond for her. You can speak freely about it. And they have put themselves into the public process by publicly releasing these complaints initially. Right,
exactly. Let's go to Tom. Let's try to. I know we had Tom on the line for us. We got a couple minutes left here. 274-5297. Rishi, can we you get Tom up? Is he still with us on line 1, I believe? Tom, you there?
Hello.
Hey, Tom, go ahead. Sorry to keep going.
I have a question. You know, if in the event the IRS is coming after you and they keep coming and keep coming and keep coming, but they never find anything, eventually you can say, hey, wait a minute, this now constitutes harassment, and you can't play that game anymore, and they have to stop. I wonder if there's something like this that could be affected against mindless, continuous, no-basis complaints against a government official. If it keeps coming, at least from the same person, eventually it shuts off, and they can't play that game anymore.
You know, Tom, there's written criteria in which to file to place somebody under recall. Okay, they have to violate certain part of the statute, and the statute has different requirements within it. Have you guys thought about anything of in the future, for future governors, for future politicians, whatever, to preclude some of this?
Well, from a statutory amendment perspective, I don't think so. Here's the concern. Everybody wants a good and viable ethics act. We want good government. What we have here, though, is we have good government. We have a very ethical governor, but we have people abusing the process and making political headlines or filing political disputes as disguised as ethics complaints, and that's what needs to be remedied more than anything else. What the caller is talking about is something called, in civil law, you'd call it a vexatious litigant, somebody who continually brings cases into court. They usually lack merit. At some point, a judge can say, we're not going to let you file any more complaints until I look at them first.
Wow, yeah.
And something like that could be considered, I suppose, by the Personnel Board if you continue to get baseless complaints by one person.
Even if the legislature mandated that you could not release it unless it would be kicked out, thrown out, and then part of the process would go through the Personnel Board for initial review. That would be a good idea, huh?
That's certainly something that could be considered.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we thank you so much, Counselor. We appreciate it. Thomas Van Flein, legal counsel to Governor Palin. Again, thanks for giving us the updates and all on dismissed ethics complaints.